welcome to my channel Concept Meriji. Today I am going to bring a new video on DC motor. How DC motor works, the working principle, the structure and the practical applications. So let us start our today's class about DC motor, and this DC motor I am explaining for class 10 CBSE as well as for class 10 ICSE students. So this will help you a lot. So DC motor, I've written all the components to design a DC motor. This is a rectangular coil. You can see this is a rectangular coil. This rectangular coil is placed. This coil is placed inside the magnetic field of a horseshoe magnet. This is a horseshoe magnet. This is a horseshoe magnet. So the magnetic field of this horseshoe magnet, inside the magnetic field of the horseshoe magnet, we are placing a rectangular coil. Coil is just to strengthen the effect. So this coil is again connected to the split rings. So split rings means when a complete ring is divided into two halves. The first half, there are two halves. This is one part of the split ring. This is the another part of the split ring. So these two parts are connected to the each end of this very rectangular coil. One end is connected to this very part, and another end of this very rectangular coil is connected to this very half of the split ring. Then these split rings are again connected to the carbon brushes. These are the conducting. These are the conducting devices. They can conduct electricity. So they are the conductors. These are the carbon brushes. These are connected to the split rings. And again, these carbon brushes are connected through this very conducting wire with the DC source. This is the DC source. So now a axle or a shaft is connected. An axle or a shaft is connected in between this very commutator or the split ring. So once the shaft is connected, there must be insulation. There must be insulation in the inside part of this very split rings, because if there is no insulation, there is connection between the axle and the carbon brushes. So there must be insulation in the inner part of the split rings. Okay, so the split rings are insulated inside just to connect the axle through this very gap. Okay, this is the axle or the shaft. Okay, so when the motor starts rotating, this axle is also starts rotating. Okay, so the most important part in designing of a DC motor is the horseshoe magnet. So this is the horseshoe magnet, this is north pole, this is south pole, and in between the magnetic field of this very horseshoe magnet, this carbon brushes is connected. So let me now explain about the working principle of DC motor. So working principle, I am explaining now the working principle of DC motor. Working principle of DC motor. So how a DC motor works? So I need to draw the diagram again just to make you understand the concepts clearly. So this is the rectangular coil, and this is the split ring, and through the split ring the carbon brushes are connected. These carbon brushes are again connected through this conducting wire to the battery. Okay, so now this coil is inside the north pole and south pole of a horseshoe magnet. So this is the north pole and this is the south pole of the horseshoe magnet. Now I am going to explain about how a DC motor starts working, how a DC motor works. Okay, so there you know one thing, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. So Fleming's left hand rule is applicable just to show how a DC motor works. DC motor works on the principle of Fleming's left hand rule. So you can see this is my left hand, and this forefinger is the direction of field, and this center finger is the direction of electric current, and this thumb represents the force. So Fleming's left hand rule is applicable just to show the direction of force when a current carrying conductor is placed inside a magnetic field. So you can see this is a current carrying conductor. This is placed inside the north pole and south pole of a horseshoe-magnet. That means this rectangular coil is placed inside the magnetic field of this horseshoe-magnet. Okay. So now I am going to explain how this Fleming's left hand rule is applicable in the working of a DC motor. So you can see this is my left hand, and this this center finger represents what? The direction of current, and this forefinger represents the direction of field. This thumb represents the direction of force. So now I'm starting the working principle. So understand this concept clearly. When due to this voltage source, this is plus, this is minus, so current starts flowing in this direction, plus minus, this is carbon brushes are conductors, they can conduct electricity, and these split rings are just attached to the carbon brushes, they are not fixed. Okay, so this is the most important point, they are just attached to the carbon brushes. So when the current starts flowing in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, and in this direction, so it will return to in this direction. This will make a complete loop. So when the current starts flowing in this direction, so current direction is in this manner. So in this finger represents the current direction. I am pointing this finger towards the screen of my computer. Okay, I am pointing this center finger towards the screen of my computer. Thus this forefinger represents the magnetic field. So magnetic field is always from north pole to south pole. These are the magnetic fields. Okay, these are the magnetic fields. So when the center finger points towards the monitor of my computer, and this forefinger represents the magnetic field. So the thumb represents the force. That's why I can say, so let me represent the direction of force. So force represents in downward direction. So that makes the rotation in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. That makes a rotation in anti-clockwise direction. So the coil starts rotating anti-clockwise. So this is the original position. So one very important doubt comes to a student's mind is that when the current, this is the original coil, this is in this shape horizontally, suppose it is placed perpendicular to the field, then what happens when it starts rotating? Suppose it starts rotating and it is in this shape. So the carbon brushes are connected here. You can ask me one doubt that, ma'am, there is no, here initially there is a contact between the carbon brushes. Here there is no contact between carbon brushes. So now a doubt comes to your mind. May doubt comes to your mind, ma'am, if there is no connection between the carbon brushes, then there is no current flowing. So how the rotation completed? So it starts rotating now. How the rotation completed? So here comes the most important concept, that is inertia of motion. Once the coil starts rotating in anti-clockwise direction, in just the halfway, due to inertia of motion, it flipped back. Like suppose this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Okay, so now this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. This is A, B, C, D. Now after, due to inertia of motion, it will complete the rotation. Okay, so now its side becomes, this side becomes CD, this sides become BA. Okay, just reverse. So now again there is connection between the carbon brushes and the split rings. Okay, you understood? So what happens is now this is just, there is a rotation. Now in my next slide I'm going to draw the diagram again with the rotation, with the first rotation or with the first flip. So when these are the carbon brushes, initially this side is AB, this is CD. So I can write here, this is C, this is D, and this is B, this is A. Okay, so you can understand now this completed one rotation. Now what happens when there is again connection established between, when there is this connection established between the carbon brushes and the split rings. Again the current actually starts flowing from positive to negative always. So when the current is flowing, these are the horseshoe magnets. Without horseshoe magnet there is no rotation can happen, okay, because there are effects of magnetic field. When the current starts flowing or a current carrying conductor is placed inside a magnetic field, there is a force is applied, there is rotation happens. So again now this side becomes CD. Again the same principle, when the current I starts flowing from in this direction, now this becomes this will rotate, again this will rotate, again this will rotate, this force becomes in this direction, this will push this arm or CD arm in downward direction and this AB arm in upward direction. So there is rotation in anti-clockwise. So in this the whole process there is an anti-clockwise rotation. When there is an anti-clockwise rotation, a shaft present here, a shaft or an axle present here, it also starts rotating. A shaft or an axle present or connected through these very split rings, this starts rotating in anti-clockwise direction. A very common example of shaft you must have seen when without connecting or without putting the jar on the mixer grinder, if you plug in the mixer grinder, what happens, and you push the start button, something is rotated. If no jar is connected or no jar you have not placed any jar, so what you observe is that something is rotated. That is nothing but the shaft or the axle connected through the split rings. Okay. So this is the split ring. This is the axle. This starts rotating when the coil starts rotating. So there is an anti-clockwise rotation. So this is all about the working principle of your DC motor. So DC motor works on DC motor works on the principle of Fleming's left hand rule. So this is most important thing. You need to remember that Fleming's left hand rule is applicable for DC motor, working principle of DC motor. And Fleming's, there are another rule, that is Fleming's right hand rule, that is applicable for working principle of generators. And in my next video I am going to bring the working principle of DC generators. Okay, so this is all about the working principle. You please start subscribing my channel, and we love your comments and likes. Please start writing the comments, your feedback, everything. You please write in the comment section. And if you want any new video in any new topic, please mention me in the comment section. And don't forget to like. And also please share my video and among your friends, among your relatives, please share my video. And so thanks for watching. Goodbye.